Hi, how you doing? Welcome to Coffee Chat with Angie. I'm Angie, and yes, I'm transgender, and yes, I have a very masculine voice, but hey, I'm just doing the best I can, just like everybody else. Oh boy, just like everybody else. Here we talk about eco-friendly ideas fighting against the shitstem of the bully dozer. Hello, how you doing? Okay, this is a fun one. This one is one that would be watched every year, each year on my playlist with, and I'll have a link in the description box with my holidays. I sometimes what I do is instead of like how I'm doing now, I'm talking to you. I just rewatch my video, on the holidays. That's what I've been doing for years. I'm right now. I'm redoing a new playlist and because there's been so many updates and things like that in my beliefs and stuff. So this is the one for Beltane. So in our ancestors had two big holidays, Beltane and Samhain, which is Halloween, and Beltane is one of the big ones. And so every year I would read to my son a story of Merlin's teachings to Arthur, and I'll leave a link in the description box for my old video where I read that story. I won't reread it. I mention it though. So this is a two-part thing. It has me going over Beltane and what it means and the information that I'm going to want to review about Beltane each year as part of my celebration and recognition of that when it's Beltane each year. But also it has another episode with Raj and Angie. Talking about just whatever they're going to be talking about. So special guests, Raj and Angie. So this is a really fun, and that'll be at the end. And this is a really fun one because the Passover just happened. As witches, we can choose any deity. We chose Yahushua, which is Jesus and Mary, as the God and Goddess of the universe. And so that would be something we celebrate our gods and things like that each year. We have a holiday for them, and our holiday for Yahushua is the Passover, and we just did that in the days of unleavened bread. We do it differently as witches, and it's certainly not the letter of the law in any way, but something very different. But it's fun because it's the time of the year where part of how we do that is we review the story according to how it's in the Bible. So it's the time of the year where we read the Bible, we watch the Passion of Christ, Mel Gibson's The Passion, and maybe some of Jesus of Nazareth, and maybe read more of the Bible, or it's the time of the year we think about the Bible and that, and we don't even really believe in that. The rest of the year, we use a symbol of a bear or Mary, but she's the bear, and then Jesus is the ram. And it's the time of the year where we get biblical. So then right after that, there's like a 2 or 3 weeks or whatever it is, and all of a sudden, boom, it's Beltane, and that's right now. So that's kind of what's one of the things that Beltane ends up becoming from a Jan Sway perspective is it's kind of like a refresher into the rest of the year, because the Passover in the Hebrew calendar is the beginning of the year, so it's a time kind of to rethink things through and decide where you are spiritually and stuff, and then it goes into right after that into one of the main holidays, our witchy holidays. One of the only ones that isn't super connected in a super scientific way, like the equinoxes and solstices. And summer solstice is coming up, but I go over all that. So this is to be reviewed. Unless you want to redo it or just not do it that way. But that's the intention of the playlist. So enjoy this special one, and have a good Beltane. Hi, how you doing? Okay, today is Beltane. That's what this video is about. I'm not sure when I might upload this, but today is in fact Beltane. Yeah, cause like I've had a cold all day. I probably don't look so good. I'm already in my pajamas. I gotta heal by going back to work tomorrow. This time of the year that can happen because it's like warm, but yet there's like little chill breezes that can cut right through you, and that's just, if I'm going to get a cold, that's when I'm going to get a cold, likely, each year. Beltane is also called May Day. May Day, 2 words, because it's the 1st of May. And the first day of summer for our ancestors, from my Anglo-Saxon side of the family. I think of the witches of a past life, since Rasta has taught me we reincarnate from back into the same family. They say we have had hundreds of past lives. The one of mine I know of is actually from India. But I regress. So, of course, they wouldn't have called them witches back then. I just said that to make the story more fun. The tradition my son and I have is what we've had in the past when I was raising my son, was to read the lesson from the book by Douglas Munro, the 21 Lessons of Merlin. And my computer was just doing something weird. But anyway, it's about Merlin and young Arthur climbing a hill and seeing a great festival celebration of bards and druids and the ladies of Avalon and all of their fires. Samhain and Beltane are their biggest festivals of the year, their celebrations. You can see the symbolism from this, and how it would be applied in the Yan Sui. Our holidays are the Earth's holidays, and a few things from history, and each deity has a day. But we do the solstices and equinoxes, for example. Our holidays are based on such things. And since we celebrate summer solstice, this holiday also becomes a celebration of the witches of my peoples in past lives, when they made it the 1st day of May, Beltane, 1st day of summer. So the sun, hence fires, of course. It's a fire celebration. The May Queen and the Queen of Fairies. Make some s'mores, roast some hot dogs on the fire, Beltane American style. May Day. Wash your face in the morning dew, the day of magic. I said, damn, that is a good way to eat those. And that was the end of the conversation. So, how was your day? Not bad. Not as good as yours, but decent. Did you read the teachings of Lobrecht? No, still have not read the first 3 chapters. Have you read the first 3 chapters of the teachings of Mienok? Sorry, still have not. No problem. We both already have got theologies that work for us, different though they be. But yours is pagan. What about your eternal salvation? Is that anything to mess up? I told you, I don't need to be saved. I need to stay alive and stay healthy. I'm Mienok. We all are. And I told you, for there to be a big bang, you need to have a big banger. To knock, you need a knocker. Our goddess is within, where we connect with all, yes. But we do not believe, or maybe I should say understand, the goddess as a literal person. And she didn't create the universe like you guys imagine it. Rather, the Sacred Heart is fire, water, air, and earth within us. And As far as we know, they have always existed. Some say she is the Great Spirit, but we say it has more to do with all living things. That all living things link within. Bears link, honey badgers link, bumblebees link, and we especially link as well, for we are an intelligent species. God is our creative thoughts within, air, our bodies, earth, our lust and art, fire, our base, water, all within. And we assign symbols to her to make her usable. So she is our creation for linguistic and or artistic reasons, called the goddess. I still think you need Lobrecht. Lobrecht has taught only he can elevate one into the higher life of light. Based on what? The second chapter of the teachings of Lobrecht. Oh. See what I mean? Suddenly the teachings of Mienok seem so pointless, right? None of that proves the Big Bang needs a banger. Sure it does. Creation needed a creator. Look how amazing and beautiful everything is. Every second since forever ago and forever still, cruel suffering takes place. Tragedy, irregularities, deformations, lame and sick, etc. How about harm to children? If God created everything in a beautiful symphony, why not twinkle his nose and stop those? How is reducing religion to language, mythology, and spirituality going to help? I still think what you need is to be locked up forever, only to go to hell when you die. Heaven and hell don't... Never mind. Okay, you have just listened to another video by The Spiral Times Presents. Thank you.